Hello everyone, welcome to Isha Reviews. I'm Isha and today I will be reviewing Parasakthi. Parasakthi is a Tamil film directed by Sudha Kongara. This movie stars Sivakarthikeyan, Sri Leela, Ravi Mohan, and Atharva in lead roles. Parasakthi is about two brothers participating in the 1965 anti-Hindi agitations in Tamil Nadu. So I will be sharing the pros and cons of this movie so that all of you can decide whether to watch this movie in theaters or not. So let's talk about the good. It's a unique focus here. I really like how this movie kind of really stands out if you compare it to other period or historic films. When I think of period films, the first thing that comes into mind is probably like Kings and Queens, and it's a little bit of war, and with historic, probably something with Gandhi in there, and this is completely different from all that, and this is like after the Gandhi, so yeah. This movie does have a very unique focus, which is language. Like Hindi is replacing Tamil, and everything is like Tamil is like kind of being erased there, and it's being replaced with Hindi, like in writing and language and things like that, and that's the conflict in this movie. And I love that it's a unique story. I love that the director chose something different. So yeah, I really like that it's unique. The second thing I liked about this movie was the tribute to the era. This movie's set in the 60s, and it does a great representation of how that era looked like by showing off the cars, the curly hair, things like that, the hairstyles, the clothing, the mustache, old songs, in old movies posters, like it's kind of out there. It's like posted up on there, and I really like how it felt like a time travel back to the 60s. That was really cool. It's something that Stranger Things set in the 80s and Kanta the 50s. This movie released, Kanta released last year, by the way, and I'd say those two also did it brilliantly. So yeah, I really like how it felt like a time travel. So the third thing I liked about this movie was the cinematography. Obviously, this is expected in a period film, in my opinion. The frames have to be beautiful. I'd say Kanta was a little more beautiful, in my opinion, with its set design and the frames, the costuming. But then this movie also, yes, I do think it looked great. I liked the frames in the daylight. It's just the colors coming together. I really liked that. It really felt like a time travel back to the 60s. So the fourth thing I liked about this movie were the action sequences. There's just like one action sequence in this movie, and it was really good. It was on top of a moving train, which was quite unique. It's very risky, looked risky and challenging. No, I obviously know it's obviously not on, they were not doing it on top of a moving train, but we saw it like that. And I love how it's been shot. The characters like do like a flip on top of the train, and yeah, the way it was like executed was really good in my opinion. So yeah. So the fifth good thing about this movie is mixing fact and fiction. I know it seems like a controversial opinion, but I think of it as a good thing, because this is based on real events. It's not coming from imagination, and I always do think it is good to put some of your own flavor and ideas into a movie so that it's kind of giving you the freedom to put your own thoughts out there and express your ideas. And yeah, I think of it as a good thing. Yeah, the situation is real, but the characters are not. So I'm just putting that out there. So the sixth thing I liked about this movie was we are all in this together. What I mean by that is it's not just the main characters who are going through this adjustment of Hindi replacing Tamil. There are also scenes of other characters, like not really characters, but other people not liking this new adjustment. It's nice to see that there are like other people who are kind of voicing their own opinions, and because the main characters are also like kind of relating to what they have to say and their opinions and stuff. So that was nice. Yeah. So the seventh good thing is the supporting female characters, which was played by Sri Leela. I have to say she was not a standout. She was just okay. I'll get to that later. That she's interested in speaking on radio, and I like how that has a connection with this movie because you can use that to like voice your own problems, and I find that to be like a brilliant attention to detail. So yeah, I just love how her interest has like meaning into this film, how it has a connection to the plot, and her character is quite important. It's not a standout, but it does have a reason to be in there, so that was nice. So the eighth good thing I would say about this movie are the performances. Ravi Mohan as the antagonist, Thiru and Sri Leela as Ratnamala are decent in their roles. Like, they do their part in things. But it's Sivakarthikeyan as Cherya and Atharva as Chinna. Both brothers in this movie are definitely the standouts in my opinion. I say this because they bring out a lot of energy in their characters, like physically and probably emotionally, and they're fighting for what they believe in, and they're like shown screaming at the top of their lungs to just put their opinion out there, and just like I said, like fighting for what they believe in, doing as much as they can to get what they want. So yes, they are definitely the standout performers for me. They both have a lot to do in this film, and they really stood out. So let's talk about the bad. I'd say the trailer here, even though the plot was interesting to me, I like how the director chose an interesting like topic. I would say when I went back to watch the trailer, I did feel that it revealed a lot of story. I understand how hard it is to make a trailer, make it interesting, but also not revealing too much, like trying to have that balance. Same with like a review, like what I'm doing right now. It's really hard to have that balance. But I did feel like it revealed a lot. And I feel like the trailer did make the movie look slightly generic, like with the predictable beats of the screenplay. Like, what I mean is protagonist doing as much as they can to fight for what they believe in and getting in trouble, and the fight between protagonist, antagonist, and in the end, like, you know, in like the last couple of minutes of the movie, I'd say it did look kind of predictable if we look at it from a historic movie perspective, maybe. But yeah, I mean, the trailer did kind of make it look a little predictable, but the execution of the movie is really good, in my opinion. So, yeah. So, overall, I would highly recommend this movie. I would give it an 8 out of 10. It's nice that the year started off kind of well with this movie. Cinematography, the topic, and performances all really worked for me. It's still running in theaters, despite some of the controversies surrounding it. It's still a very well-made film, and I really hope you all like it. You can watch it in theaters now. So, thank you for watching this video. I really hope you all liked it. Please feel free to share your thoughts on this movie if you watched it or if you're about to watch. Please feel free to share your opinions with me. And please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and bye!